Okay, so Charlie Rangel can put it together when he wants to, right?
He can. There's two good pictures of Charlie Rangel. There's one where he's photographed with Hillary Clinton, and we did pair this with the other accessorized one just to show how putting together a solid shirt with a pattern tie can just tone it down ever so much. And he lost the tie bar going across the collar, and he's got a white pocket square. So it's a little bit of accessories, not overdone like the last one.
There's a lot made of John McCain's former running mate, Sarah Palin, and what she wears. And we're not going to address her today because we only do a 1 hour show. But I mean, between the biker shorts and the just the body suits, the leather jackets, the whole thing. John McCain himself, though, he's a guy who there's a broad range of how John McCain can look, right?
Yes.
Let's look at the bad first. And I'm guessing it's the one where he looks like he just saw a ghost.
Yes.
What's going on there?
Well, he's John McCain is pretty pale. He's got white hair and he's pale complected. So wearing a tan shirt with a tan tie doesn't do much for him. It's kind of the monochromatic look. It doesn't do anything for his skin tone or make him look a little younger, a little more youthful. Mm-hmm. Nothing of the sort.
Well, the wife that's 30 years younger probably helps make him look younger, right?
It does. Whenever she's on his side, he does appear a little bit younger, though.
Right. And
it's the rosy cheeks.
Exactly.
And so when John McCain is doing the right thing, Tara, what does he have going on?
Well, you can see that the blue contrast against his neck and his face is like brightening up his skin tone a little bit, and the pop of the tie, like it really sort of just kind of pops off of his shirt and his suit, so that's really helping him as well.
What's your general impression when we think about Barack Obama and George W. Bush, how they came off just visually during the campaign and even now? Do they differ? Are they similar? I mean, a lot of people I hear say they both kind of are able to hold their image together pretty well. Once one opened their mouth, things changed drastically. But how do you compare them?
I would definitely say that, in my opinion, Barack Obama is one of the better dressed politicians out there. He wears clothes very well, and he seems to have an idea of what looks good on his slight frame compared to, others that don't do it well.
And it's weird because I have a feeling it's not so much him, but maybe his advisors. Because
right.
David Axelrod, the guy is a mess. So there's something, I don't think that there's good coordination image-wise among everybody there.
Right.
One of the times I remember that I wasn't alive, but I'm told that there was a big image success and failure, depending on which side you look at it, is Nixon and Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the first televised debates, and everybody who heard it on the radio back in whatever year that was, 1960, thought that Nixon had won. Those that watched it on TV were convinced that Kennedy had won. He wasn't sweating. He was well put together.
Yep.
So that much of a difference is it doesn't surprise you that it can make that much of a difference just how someone is put together?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. I mean, you look at nonverbal communication, and again, going back to what I was saying, is there's been all these studies that show that people's first impressions matter, and they associate it with intelligence and education and social class. All of that plays a factor in how you look. And it's actually 83% of people think that personal appearance determines your success, your personal success. So I'm not surprised that when they see Kennedy on film, the contrast in his suit compared to the background and the fact he had makeup on and a tan, and compared to Nixon, who was wearing gray, kind of blended in.
He was sweating.
He looked nervous.
5 o'clock shadow.
Exactly.
Right.
All of that made him look less put together and less like he knew what he was doing.
In the last minute or so we have left, and I know I'm opening up a whole can of worms here, what can we do about Lewis's look? We get a lot of emails about this. We've got him covering his tattoos now. He has a tattoo that's actually, it's probably R or even higher than that, rated on his left arm. We're not going to show it. What can we do about this?
What's the R stand for?
It's R-rated.
Rated R.
Oh.
So
not family friendly.
It's not family friendly, yeah.
Gotcha.
Can we? What strikes you right away as the real easy thing Lewis should be doing on the show here with his image?
Well, it depends on what type of image you want to portray. I mean,
he's going for, I think, smart casual.
Smart casual.
Savvy producer.
Savvy. Okay. I would offer to say lose the graphic tee. Maybe
Okay.
throw on a collared shirt.
I like that.
Open collar. You don't need to wear a tie, but That would be my first suggestion.
Anything else, Tara?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that, if you're going for that sort of a look, you might want to try like a polo or maybe like a nice knit shirt that's sort of plain, or throw in a pair of 5-pocket pants.
Well, I'll
maybe
tell you,
not
I've known Lewis for a while. Good luck getting him to wear anything like that. We've been speaking with Tara Tetreault and Candice Connors from Jackson & Connor. The website is jacksonandconnor.com. You can also visit them in Thorns Marketplace in Northampton. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Midweek Politics with Dave Pakman on midweekpolitics.com.
Midweek Politics is brought to you in part by Jackson & Connor, classically modern men's apparel in Northampton, Massachusetts on the second floor of Thorns Marketplace, and by DIF Design, specializing in custom business websites at difdesign.com. To find out more about underwriting Midweek Politics, visit midweekpolitics.com.